Genes are passed down from parents to offspring, often determining traits like hair color, personality, and even eye color. My genes are blue.
Sydney Sweeney has very genes.
I'm not here to tell you to buy American Eagle jeans. And I definitely won't say that they're the most comfortable jeans I've ever worn. Or that they make your butt look amazing. Why would I need to do that? But if you said that you want to buy the jeans, I'm not going to stop you. But just so we're clear, this is not me telling you to buy American Eagle jeans.
Sydney Sweeney has very genes.
You see what I did there, right?
Hi, I'm Sydney Sweeney, and I'm from Spokane, Washington. I can work as a local hire as well, though, and I'm available for the American Eagle jeans campaign shoot.
Profile and hands, please. Thanks. We'll be in touch.
Sydney Sweeney has very genes.
Next.
What can I say? The genes are great. The genes are great. Now, the left is completely melting down over this. So I had to get on Olivia Krolchuk to talk about this. Olivia, we just played some of the ads there. They're obviously funny. It's a pun. Sydney Sweeney has great genes, etc. But the left is losing their minds. And in fact, they're calling this Nazi propaganda. And I'm just going to step back and say, that imagine the billions of dollars and years upon years of conditioning and programming that it took to overcome, to go from, those Calvin Klein ads from a couple of years ago where they had gigantic Swahili warriors and, burkinis on the cover of Sports Illustrated from Somalian migrants, to just going back to having Sydney Sweeney in a pair of jeans. Amazing. Oh gosh, they're showing it. Oh, sorry. Olivia Krolchuk, why is the left losing their minds over this?
God forbid we have someone that's not overweight, fat, ugly, or a minority doing an advertisement for a company. Of course they're going crazy because someone that's not ugly is on screen. God forbid a company is smart and actually uses an attractive woman who can sell jeans to women and men for that matter. Of course the left is mad about it because we're not promoting something that's DEI.
Well, and it's amazing because if people want to sit there and say, oh my gosh, this is right-wing coded. And here's what's interesting, right? That it actually proves what I've been saying for a full year. It's July, right? So a year and a month at this point now. I wrote a whole book about this, saying that all of leftism is rooted in envy and anger and resentment and jealousy. Leftism is all about jealousy. And if you understand that, and that it's a collection of people who are envious and resentful and just want to tear everything down, that's what leftism is bred into, then you will understand the reaction to this and why they make it political, because there's obviously nothing political on its face about the ad. But in a sense, it does actually stand as a testament to the fact that things are real. And guess what? There's a reason that everyone around the world goes to visit places like Rome and goes to visit the cathedrals of Europe. Because as it turns out, beauty is objective.
Yeah. Notice how all the people who are mad about it, the liberals, are ugly. Every single video that I've seen posted is a minority or someone who's very overweight complaining that Sydney Sweeney is beautiful, she's skinny, she has a larger chest. That's what the people like. That's what the people want. And they're mad about it because they're jealous. I will say the one thing that I do disagree with is that, yes, conservatives are pushing this. They're applauding it, which it is a step in the right direction. But also conservatives are supposed to be following more traditional roles and morals and values. Is selling sex something that we should be promoting? No, but I do think we're making one small good change.
That's a great point. That's certainly a great point. And then, by the way, that's exactly the type of thing. Like, I would love to get back to the type of America where we are talking about the raciness of the ad rather than, of course, the race of the actress or the model in this case that they've put back together. But it's like we've gone so far off the rails that it's like we can't even get back to just the very basics of where we used to be as a country to be able to say, yeah, you know what, that might not, you know, maybe I don't want my kids watching that necessarily, that type of thing. You know, I think of that as a dad all the time. That being said, you know, when I consider the alternative, I'm like, well, I'd much rather have my kids watching a Sydney Sweeney ad than some of the stuff the other stuff that's out there.
I agree. I think we need to go back to the ads from decades ago, like Ralph Lauren, Kate Spade, those vibes, the Tommy Hilfiger vibes, where people are covered, they're dressed nice. You look at them and you say, oh, they're beautiful. I want my family to look like that one day. That's what people buy. They buy things that look attractive to them. So why wouldn't we promote that?
I mean, the greatest ad to my mind of all time is the Gillette razor ad from the 1990s. Gillette, the best a man can get, and it's just a father and son, and so a grandfather, and it, you know, he becomes a grandfather in the course of it. So he has a son, then his son has a son, and they're passing the razor on, and it's just the best. It's just the best ad I've ever seen. And to your point, there's you know, you don't need quote unquote sex to break through in it, but what do you have? You have standards. And you have this idea that there are standards and standards are real because, and you know, let's get back to that because, by the way, you're making an argument that there should be a standard against this, which would then preclude the idea that there are standards. Leftism is a complete denial of the standards of reality that we all know exist. There are some people that are better looking than others. There are some people that are thinner than others. There are some people that are more athletic than others. There are some people that are smarter than others, faster than others. It's just reality. And so conservatism starts with an acceptance of reality and then saying, okay, this is human nature, this is reality. How should we deal with it? How should we set up society to best serve human nature? Whereas leftism begins with a complete denial of human nature.
Agreed. I think that conservatives can recognize that reality and then make a change. If they realize, hey, maybe I'm overweight, I should go to the gym. Or, hey, maybe I need to change this, they'll actually make a change. Instead, the liberals just look at it and then they try to push everyone down because they can't take care of themselves. They're ugly, they're fat, they're all of this, and they don't do anything to change it. And they live in this delusion.